everyone. Hello Sazzy fam. You are welcome to another episode of No Gray Areas with Sazzy. I hope you're doing well, you are keeping safe, and you're staying happy. Like I always say on this channel, happiness is a choice, and you owe it to yourself to keep and make yourself happy. That is what I do, and when I do that, it helps protect my mental space. This is a new week, and we have a question already, and the question reads thus: Hello Sazzy, how do I communicate this kind of conversation to a friend, especially when they have a bad body odor or a bad breath? What products do you even use? Do you even care to take care of your body? Oh my God, when last did you even wash your mouth? You smell really bad. No, I don't want to have anything to do with people like you. No, you smell really terribly. Can you stay away from this place? Shush. Can you leave this place? Go have a bath before you come speak to me. No, that is not how you treat people. No, that is not how you show love or extend a hand of kindness to people. In life, kindness goes a long way. In life, the kinder you are, the better the world becomes. We want the world to be a better place. We want the world to be a good place for people to live in. And you are supposed to be an agent of kindness. I will not love to be in your shoes at the moment. No, I do not envy you at the moment. It is a difficult conversation to have. But before I go into the tips that might be helpful for you at this time, it's absolutely necessary that I throw this out there. When I was in the university years ago, I had this friend at a time that was pretty close to me, and she had this problem. I honestly did not know how to go about it. Honestly, I was void of ideas. Honestly, I didn't know how to go about it. Trust me, I was as confused as you are today. I didn't know how to say it. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know who to say it to communicate to her. And I didn't know the right words to also say, because I felt like, come on, this is a sensitive and very personal issue. And if you do it wrongly, it might just be a defining moment in this relationship. And yes, things like this can actually pose a threat to the relationship. And I just buried it somewhere in my subconscious. I just buried it. And then whenever I was with this person, I just felt like, well, it's not happening. So I was truly in denial. So what am I trying to say? This question here can either make or mar the relationship. And that's the reason why you need to employ every level of wisdom. You need to shop for wisdom. You need to go looking out for something. And if it means writing your points down, jotting the things you need to say down, going and looking at yourself in the mirror, hold those points and communicate those points to yourself, looking at yourself in the mirror. Before you go say it to this friend, please do it. Because I believe that if you go about it the right way, I'm sure that the outcome is going to be a very fantastic one. Now, I'm not coming here to put anyone down or make anyone feel little or talk about anything that is not that is terrible. But you don't go about slinging words around to people that are not close to you or people you do not share a very close relationship with. Be very sure that your relationship has grown to that level where you can actually have this conversation. Don't go sharing unsolicited advice to people you have not built a solid level of friendship with. Be sure that you have a good relationship with the person before you go about having this conversation. Because some people are absolutely defensive when it comes to things that have to do with their personal lives, and that's the reason why you need to know that it is the right time, and of course the relationship is solid enough to go through this turbulent time regardless of what you say to them or how you say it at the same time. So please look out for this. I'm not saying that you shouldn't tell them, but tell the person on the condition that you have a good relationship going for the two of you, you have a great connection, and the person will take it from you because they love who you are and they believe as well that it's coming from the right place. Now, I'm going to share five. What do I mean by that? I'm going to tell you 5 things you can do when you are posed with this kind of situation, and 5 things that you shouldn't do if this kind of situation arises. Number 1, finding the right time and also finding a private space to have this conversation is absolutely necessary. You do not go about slinging such harsh and hard word to people when they are not in the right frame of mind. You must be sensitive to people, be sensitive to the timing, be sensitive to how they feel at the moment, and create the space conducive enough to share this hard conversation. Number 2, if you have to do this, then you must do it with kindness and with compassion. It's absolutely necessary for you to put yourself in the shoes of this person and know the right words to use, because words are a two-edged sword. They can either make or break the person. So you have to be absolutely selective of the kind of words you use when having this conversation. It is a pretty hard conversation to have. If necessary or if important, jot down the points you need to say. Yes, because it is sensitive topic and you have to treat it with high level of care and compassion. You do not go about throwing the wrong words and talking to people with reckless abandon. You do it with kindness, you do it with compassion. Number 3, state the reason why you are having this conversation with this individual. You have to tell them the truth. It's absolutely important. You do not treat things like this with kid gloves, bearing in mind that you have to communicate it with kindness and compassion. You also have to tell them the absolute truth. When people know the exact truth from you, they will know how to go about the situation, and you are telling them because you care about them. Tell them why you are having the conversation. Maybe things like, I love you so much and I don't want you to feel embarrassed. I care about you and that's the reason why I'm looking out for you. Oh, I don't want you to go out there and get it from the wrong person. I wouldn't be happy if somebody tells you in a very nasty and rude manner. I'm looking out for your best interest. I want you to grow. I don't want people to stay away from you because you have a bad body odor. I don't want your relationships to be marred because of this situation. I care about you. Tell them the reason why you are having this conversation. Number 4, it's important that you ask for consent before you provide any kind of solution or help that you might have. It's absolutely necessary that consent is sought after before you share any tip. Yes, the reason why this is important is because you need to give them time to process the bomb you just dropped on them. Or you also need to give them time to know whether they need to come back to you for the help that you are talking about. Number 5, after the consent you have gotten from this person, ensure that you follow through with the help. Ensure that you make them feel supported. It's absolutely necessary because, first of all, you have broken something in them. Yes, they feel uncomfortable, they are worried. Who knows this? Who knows what? Has anyone discussed this? Is anyone keeping their distance from me because of the way I smell? Are people discussing me? Are people talking about it? Are my relationships not working because of the way I smell? They are already processing a lot of thoughts inside of them. They are having a huge tussle going on in their minds. Don't add to it. So if you offer to help, provide the help. Go as far as you can go with them. If they need any kind of support, maybe you sharing the kind of product that you use for yourself, that is a good way of helping them. If it's looking out or reading something or sending them a link to anything, a video or something to read out or look out for, do it for them, because they just want to know that you truly care. Your care is not just about communicating it, but you care about them in words and in deed. They need to see that this is coming from a good place and not a place of condemnation and cancellation as well. I want to discuss 5 things you shouldn't do when you notice somebody has a body odor. Number 1, please do not go on a smear campaign. Don't go about gossiping them. Don't go about bringing them down. Don't go about spreading all sorts of conversation and lies and things about them. It's wrong, because you doing this, it's killing them further. You do not want to be responsible for anyone deleting themselves. You do not want to be responsible for anyone feeling completely useless or absolutely not worth it. Please do not go about talking about it or spreading lies. Number 2, do not assume you know the problem or you understand what they are going through. No, assumption is not the best approach in this situation. Allow them to communicate the reason why. They might be going through certain things that they have not been able to communicate to anyone. They might be having a serious life struggle that they have not had the time, or they have not seen anyone to communicate how they truly feel. Some people might be going through some fertility issue. Yes, some people might be taking some medication that is not even that is probably developing the smell that we're talking about. Yes, it could just be a change in their food, the meal that they eat, something that they are taking in that is making them really smell this bad. It could be a product that they are using that is not good for them. It could be anything. They are going through some financial issues and they do not have the wherewithal to buy their personal effect. Yes, they could be going through some heartbreak. They could be going through anything at all. So allow them communicate the reason why they are going through this situation. Number 3, try not to keep them at arm's length. Oh, come on. Try not to keep them at bay, because people just want to avoid this kind of people. It's almost a natural thing. I understand. No human being wants to be around a person that stinks or a person that smells. But because of the relationship you share with this person, it's important that you try not to avoid them, especially after having that conversation with them. Do not avoid them. It's important you do a follow-up call with them. Do a follow-up conversation with them. How is it going right now? Are the products working for you at the moment? Have you tried this? Do you have the money to do it? Or do you want me to buy you one? I don't mind. I can offer something. It's important you look out for positive ways to build their confidence. Look out for productive ways to build their confidence as against destroying it. Number 4, do not let that situation destroy the friendship or the relationship you have with the person. No, that's not the right way to go. How else do you test friendship? How else do you test caring and loving, if not in the face of challenges and difficulties? How else do you test these things? You have to stand by them. You have to make them look at you and know that you are somebody to rely on. Let me tell you something. You can forget everything that is said to you by strangers, but the silence of a friend, especially when you truly need them, goes a long way, and you never forget it. So please do not make such choice of destroying a relationship because a friend or a loved one has a bad breath or a body odor. Number 5, do not have this conversation in a public space or in a public domain. It is a terrible idea for you to come up with such sensitive conversation in a public place, in the presence of co-workers, in the presence of your family members, in the presence of other friends. No. Privacy is absolutely important. Do not go about making them feel like they are not worth it or they are not important and then throwing the words in the presence of people. They need to be sure that you care so much about them, and then you have to create the time, create the space for you to have that conversation. So no, not in a group chat, not in a family WhatsApp group, none of that. Do the conversation or have the conversation in a more private setting. It will be taken without any form of defense. Hey, if I were in that friend's shoes and you come at me telling me this kind of sensitive and painful information, I will kick back. Yes, I will kick back. And really, that might even destroy the relationship at the end of the day. So be wise, be smart, and think before you speak. It's been an interesting moment spending with you all here. Just let me know if you find yourself in this situation, what will be your solution to this question? I would love to hear from you, so drop your comments in the comment section. Let's keep it buzzing so we can learn from each other. And don't forget to like this video. It's important. Please like the video, share it, because there might just be someone out there in need of this solution. And keep your notification turned on, so when next we upload a new video, you will be the first to know. See you later, and stay safe out there. Bye.